Brittany here with day 30. That might have been 40, but it's day 30 of our 67 days towards our own at-home practice. We are starting our week of heart opening this week, so that's really exciting. You should feel renewed after a week of detoxification, so that's exciting. It's always good to open up our heart after we're nice and clean. And it's also perfect because this is during our week of Thanksgiving for us who are going through the first round. And what a better time to open up our heart when we are giving thanks. So without further ado, taking 3 deep breaths in and out through our nose, slow and steady, tuning in. Just one more. And then bringing our hands to our heart, pressing through our fingertips, setting an intention for our practice. And I offer you the intention of santosha or contentment, and letting go of the should, would, and coulds to embrace and accept all that is with an open heart. And even taking it a step further in our practice by not only letting go of our would, should, coulds anytime we notice them, but also anytime we're in a posture, taking time to notice the growth and development that we are receiving from each of these poses during our week of thanks. That's in our week of heart opening. If that's nourishing for you, if not, setting any other intention that'll keep your mind on your mat. And then gently grounding the palms for our whole entire week. We're going to bring our thumb and our pointer finger together, spreading our fingers. Everything's okay in our heart opening week. We're going to slide this into the body, really opening up our chest for our deep breathing. Today we're going to do Ujjayi, in through the nose and out through the mouth. Slow and steady with our breathing. Still inhaling to fill up our belly. Gently engaging it top to bottom to let it all out. Calling the deep breaths in. Complete breaths out. Just 3 more for our last 3, engaging our elbows together in the back. Noticing how this brings our hips forward and straightens our posture. Just 1 more breath, just like this. Then releasing, gently rocking out our shoulders, rocking out our back. And then getting on your hands and your knees. We're not going to be learning anything new today, but we are going to be seeing the heart opening benefits of all of our poses. Starting off with our cat-cows, palms right underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. Inhaling, hugging the shoulders together, surrendering the hips. And exhaling, pressing through the fingers, bringing our belly into our back. Deep inhales, really inflecting that spine forward. And complete exhales. Engaging our belly all the way up and into our back. The more we put into these, the more we get out. 4 more breaths just like this. And in the cat-cow, it's a beautiful, what's the right word I'm looking for? Example of compliments. These 2 stretches, opening our heart and then surrendering into our front body, inflecting forward. They complement and balance out our spine. 1 more deep breath. Coming back to our center. We are going to walk our hands gently forward, widen out our knees, like we're going to be coming into our child's pose, but we're going to keep our feet in line. We're going to rock our body forward so that our shoulders are right above our hands, gently bending the elbows into the side, coming into our cobra. Eyes up, 3 deep breaths, pressing through the fingertips, taking tensions off the wrists. Just 2 more. Hugging those shoulders together in the back, elbows gently into the side, and then pressing back to our child's pose. Grounding our forehead, 3 deep breaths here. Keeping our hands exactly where they were at, helping to lengthen our arms as we're still engaging the shoulders together in the back, as not to take them out of our sockets at all. Next, inhale, coming back into our cobra, elbows into the sides, surrendering the hips. 3 deep breaths. Our belly button's going to be the last thing on the mat. Just 1 more. Deep inhale. Exhaling, pressing back into our child's pose. Letting go of tension, just taking deep, calming, soothing breath. If anything's on the mind, making it ujjayi. Then inhaling to our cobra, last time, really hugging our elbows into the side, shoulders together, eyes up, belly button the last thing on the mat. Just 2 more. And then pressing back into our child. Really enjoying our last run. Letting our shoulders just sink into our back, lengthening our arms. Now we're going to come back up into our tabletop, bringing our knees together, spreading our fingers nice and wide, gently gripping at the mat. We're going to come into our upward facing dog. If upward facing dog is too much, you can go back to your cobra for your heart opening. And we are going to bring our knees back, surrendering our body down first, straight arms. Then we're going to press through the toes, rolling over them, hugging the shoulders together, suspending the body between the fingers and the toes. Taking 2 more deep breaths here, gaze up and overhead. And then rolling over the toes, lifting the hips, coming into our downward facing dog. Taking 2 breaths here, gently bending 1 knee at a time. Really pressing through our fingers, keeping our body in line. And then rolling back over our toes, surrendering our hips, shoulders together in the back. 2 more deep breaths here. Really hugging those shoulders, eyes deepening our stretch. Pressing through the fingers, lifting the hips, downward facing dog. Gently pumping 1 knee at a time. Loosening our hamstrings. And then rolling over the toes. Last time, hugging the shoulders together. 3 deep breaths, pressing through the fingertips, taking tension off the wrists. Just 1 more. Rolling back over the toes, coming into our down dog, gently lifting 1 hand at a time, getting tension out of our wrists, pushing through our hands, pushing through our fingertips, into our shoulders, down into our back, lifting our hips, and then reaching our right arm up, gently stacking the hips, then allowing it to come forward into our high lunge, hugging the knees towards one another, nice solid foundation, inhaling up into our warrior. We're going to run through our warrior series, learning how to make it a little bit more heart opening. We're going to interlace our fingers behind our back, opening up our chest. Noticing where our shoulders are here, keeping them there as we inhale our arms up and overhead. You're going to notice your chest is puffing out just like a warrior's does. Hugging the knees, 2 more deep breaths. Slow and steady. Bringing both palms into the chest, keeping our shoulders together in the back. And bring our right arm forward, start to shift our hips as our left arm comes back. Eyes gazing forward, still hugging those shoulders. Taking 2 more deep breaths here, gently bending into that front knee. And then surrendering the left palm down, right underneath the butt to the inner thigh, and really bending that elbow into the back. So we reach our arm up and over. 2 more deep breaths here. This is really great for opening our lungs, helping us breathe, find a little bit more calm. Bring our elbow down to our knee. We're going to take our left hand, bring it to our shoulder, reach our shoulder back, and then reach our arm up from there, directly towards the ceiling. And then just gently dropping it so it points to where the wall meets the ceiling. 1 more deep breath. Nice strong shoulder, not sinking. I was kind of sinking. And then back to our warrior, open-hearted warrior. Cartwheeling the arms, bringing the left foot forward, coming into our countering stretch, our forward fold, helping release the spine and balance out the motions we just went through. We're going to gently bend 1 knee at a time, loosening the low back. 1 more deep breath. Then reaching that right leg back, hugging the knees together, inhaling our arms up, behind the back, interlacing, opening the heart, paying special attention to the shoulders, keeping them there as we reach our arms up and overhead. Taking 2 deep breaths. Palms to our heart. Bringing our left arm forward, allowing our back heel to drop, surrendering to the right side, and then opening that right arm back, keeping the shoulders engaged. 2 more deep breaths, gently bending into that front knee. And then dropping our right hand right underneath our butt, hugging our elbow into the side, letting our left arm come to our shoulder, opening the chest, arm up, and then reaching up to where the ceiling meets the wall. 2 more deep breaths, keeping our shoulder down into our back, nice and wide. Then gracefully allowing our elbow to come to our knee, keeping a strong, sturdy posture. So we allow our top arm to come up, open, reaching up and overhead. Again, gently pressing the hand on the shoulder if you need extra opening or an idea of what that means. 1 more deep breath. Cartwheeling the arms back to our warrior, hugging those shoulders. I'm going to cartwheel the arm. We're going to reach our left foot back to our 3-legged dog, balancing ourselves out. And bringing our foot down, knee down. Coming back onto our back for that last heart opener that we've been experiencing, putting our palms to our side, feet flat against the mat. We're going to walk the shoulders towards each other in the back, interlacing the fingers behind the butt. And some of us, we can even stay here. This is a nice, gentle heart opening. Feeling your forearms, they should be right above your butt and your lower back. That usually feels really good. Then pressing through the toes if we want to go deeper. Inhaling, lifting up into our bridge. Pressing through our toes. Coming a little bit more onto our shoulders as we lift our hips. Hugging the thighs towards one another, supporting our low back. Taking 2 more deep breaths here. Pressing through the toes, lifting the hips just a little bit higher. And exhaling, coming down onto our back. Palms to our side. Bring our feet forward. coming into our Savasana. We're going to do a mental body scan. And this time we're going to do it on our own, remembering at the end to bring our breath back to its everyday normal breathing. So closing our eyes, starting our body scan from toes to head, releasing all tension along the way. When we're ready, and only when we're ready, bring your attention back to the body, massaging the fingers and the toes amongst one another. Bring our hands to our heart and one knee into our chest at a time, gently rocking over to our right side, coming into our sleeping baby, preparing our body for motion. And then pressing through the ground, ever so gently coming back to our seat. Bringing our hands to our heart and closing our eyes, reflecting on the intention we set in the beginning of our practice, and only moments in which we met it, ending our practice bowing to one another, bowing to our beautiful bodies, and honoring the light within one another, which is the same. Namaste. Thank you so much for practicing. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. I'm thankful for you.